We are in one of the most beautiful spots. I can't even imagine. I mean, look at this. Wine country, Ontario. You gotta love it. Standing in a vineyard now. I don't know a whole lot about wines, but I sure like drinking it. And we're gonna take a little stroll here. We're going to meet somebody who knows a lot more about wines than I do, and she's going to help all of us out this morning, get us started and ready for summer and ready for celebrations. Magdalena, Q-U, yes, hello.
Hello, Shelly, how are you?
I'm
Thank
good.
you for coming today.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, so VQA, Wines of Ontario,
yes.
And you promote drinking wine.
Yes, I promote enjoying wine and wine experiences. And yes, we have 185 wineries in Ontario, and we are open to invite people to visit and taste. And so we're so excited that you could come today.
Can we take a little stroll through this
Absolutely,
vineyard? Where are we right now?
We are at Westcott Vineyards, just near Jordan Village, and certainly one of the most beautiful wineries. There are so many wineries to choose from, but what's really exciting is what's happening in the vineyards right now. I'm not sure how much time you've had to spend in the vineyard, but we had flowering not even that long ago, and because of the weather, things have just been moving so quickly, almost 2 weeks ahead. So you can see the little berries here already.
Okay, yeah, we're zooming in on those berries. Luke's got it.
And really only, I think it was 10 days ago, I think we had flowering, which is when the beginning of the berries start. So yeah, it's a beautiful, exciting day to be here.
And when are the grapes ready?
Well, basically harvest happens about September starts, depends on the season, but again, we've been a little bit ahead. The earliest that we've ever had is late August, but that's very ambitious. Generally September though, yeah, for most varieties.
What makes this region so good for growing grapes?
Well, lots of things, and I think that's what's really exciting that people in our own region don't realize is that soil, that's absolutely one of the things. We have a lot of limestone, natural limestone and glacial till that was brought up from many ice ages, so that's one consideration. And then of course the climate. It's complicated, but certainly we have a great growing season, very hot summers, and the grapes ripen beautifully. We are considered cool climate, which really does bring freshness to the wines, and they're really food-friendly wines, very approachable. And I think you're going to be able to see that when we get to tasting a couple wines and tasting some food to go along with that.
Luke, I see some grapes here, right there. They're starting. Okay, so we are going to drink some wine, and we're also going to talk about food, because when you drink wine, you always want to have something to eat.
Absolutely,
but there's certain foods that go with certain wines. So we'll talk about that this morning.
Yes, we will, yeah. Okay. We'll have lots of fun.
That's fantastic. All right, we are here in wine country of Ontario, and we'll be back with a little, maybe 1, 2, 5 or 10 sips of wine. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. We'll be back.
I'll take your lead.
Thank you. We'll be back Morning Live. All right, we are back. And we are in wine country, Westcott Vineyards. Magdalena, you are holding something bubbly and sparkling that I would like to taste. Can you tell us what that is?
Absolutely. This is Brilliant from Westcott Vineyards, and it is a great example of the amazing sparkling wines that we make in Ontario. This is a classic blend of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay grapes.
Wow.
So it made in a brut style, and it's a great example of how much value you can find in Ontario VQA sparkling.
So I thought,
yes, absolutely.
Let's have some.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what kind of grapes do you, so you said the grapes are, can you say that again? And they grow right here, is that correct?
Yes, so Chardonnay, which is a white grape.
Okay.
And Pinot Noir, which is a red grape.
Wow.
And they are both used to make essentially a white bubbly. Let's put a tiny bit more in there.
I love bubbly wine. Okay. All right, we are going to make a toast to Morning Live and to the beginning of summer. All right, cheers everybody. Let's have a sip, cheers. But I think something's missing. Okay, that's delicious, but we need something to eat.
That is a good point.
I'm hungry.
So yes, I'm hungry too. Being in the vineyard makes us hungry, and we are so lucky that we have Chef Ricky here.
Hey, Ricky.
Who's amazing, and has a restaurant very close by in the vineyard here at Westcott, and he has brought us one of my favorite foods, is oysters.
Oysters. Now, why
Yes.
oysters with bubbly?
Well, you know what? Bubbly, it really goes with almost anything.
Okay.
First of all, so if you're ever stuck and you're having a celebration or you're just having a casual dinner, you can really pull bubbly for anything.
Oh, really?
Yes, and so seafood is a classic pairing, and certainly oysters are. So again, it's one of my favorite things, and so I thought, why not start the summer with that?
Now, seafood, I hear a lot, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that good with white wine as well? Or is it more, like any kind of fish and stuff, is that better for white wine? Or is that why, like, is this more of a white, like is a bubbly what we're drinking leaning more towards a white? Or is it completely different? I don't know a whole lot about this.
Well, that is a good question. I mean, really, bubbly is kind of a style within itself, because what
Okay.
the bubbles do is they really, and there are several red bubblies that you can get.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
there
wow.
are, but generally more with white.
Okay.
But
So it's
this
a
is
white
made.
bubbly.
It is a white bubbly, even though it's made with sometimes red grapes. So
Interesting.
red wine gets its color from skin contact. So when they make this, there's no skin contact. Really, they're pressing the red grapes, the Pinot Noir grapes, and not getting any color from it. So that's why you end up with
Wow.
white juice.
That is, I think, a fact that people are going to be talking about around a water cooler today, because I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Now, you said you like oysters.
I do
and
love
they go well
them.
with this. And again, you said if you're not sure what to pair with food, a bubbly wine is good. It
Yes.
goes with anything, but especially oysters.
Yes, it does. And I just did want to point out here, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I brought three. We're not going to open them because we need
Okay.
to be,
Oh, come on,
careful.
let's
we
open
have
them.
many wines here we need to talk about. So we also have. This is a bubbly that's actually pink. So
Okay,
it's
see.
pink rosé.
Right.
It's made with Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and they've actually added a little bit of Pinot Noir back in at the end when it was probably like at this stage, and then it's pink. And Trius Brut, which is also Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, and then Cave Spring Blanc de Blanc. And what Blanc de Blanc means is white from white, so it's only made with Chardonnay.
Interesting. And of course, all of these made from grapes here in Ontario.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
And that's what VQA means on the bottle. So if anybody's ever wondering, just look for this logo on the bottle, sometimes the back label. It's 100% Ontario grown.
100% homegrown. We love that. Morning Live, and we'll be back drinking some reds, some whites,
Yes.
and eating some more food. I think Luke's going to have one of these oysters. This is the best breakfast I have ever had in the nicest location I have ever been. We are spending time in wine country in Ontario, and we are at Westcott Vineyards. Magdalena, you are helping us from VQA. I'm learning so much this morning about wines. We had a nice stroll in the vineyard.
We did.
We're drinking and we're eating because food and wine go hand in hand. So we have two dishes here that I cannot wait to taste, and then we are going to pair it with a white. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, tell us what we're eating here, or we're about to eat. It's beautiful.
I'm going to do my best because the chef brought these over just now. And this is, everything here is local. Ricky and Olivia really focus on local foods. This is edamame made into a guacamole style dip. So yeah, you should start trying that.
Wow.
And then what I'll do is I'll pour a little bit of Riesling actually. So I brought 4 different whites to kind of just touch on quickly, but we'll just taste the Riesling.
Okay.
Riesling's another great variety that goes so well with food, and Ontario does it very well. It's also, this one
Thank you.
has a touch of sweetness, so it has lower alcohol, only about 9% alcohol.
Oh, that is smooth
and
good.
it's great, especially on a hot summer day. And I know that it's apparently going to rain, but I know it's humid and hot, so Riesling is one of the perfect, most fun things to have
Wonderful.
with it.
And we have a pizza here too,
Yes, we do.
with peaches on it.
Yes, peaches. So this is their take on a Hawaiian, Ontario Canadian Hawaiian pizza, and instead of pineapple, using local peaches from one of the growers down the road, and yeah, and
all
some
local
local
cheese
cheese
curds,
curds
yeah.
and everything. So
That's fantastic. We're going to cut that up and we're going to eat that soon too.
okay.
So again, white wines go well with these types of foods.
Again, you know what? Food pairing, and that's what we're talking a little bit about today, but really, you know, it's about what you like. So one of the most fun things to do is just keep trying things. Why not try things? I think a lot of people for many years thought you couldn't have red wine with fish, but you absolutely can.
Really? See, that's, I thought otherwise. I did not know that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Certain red wines for sure. But the whites that we also do well in Ontario, we have some examples of some bottles that we can taste later. We won't do that now, but we have Sauvignon Blanc from Lake Erie North Shore, another region in Ontario. We have Pinot Grigio, which is the same grape variety as Pinot Gris, and that's produced in Niagara-on-the-Lake. And then Kin Vineyards on the far side is actually a Chardonnay from Ottawa, which is one of the emerging areas in the region, emerging region, and Chardonnay is another great variety that we do. So I just thought you'd like to see and be able to know the different varieties that we do well in Ontario.
I didn't realize there's so many varieties right here in Ontario. And I love that you're keeping it local. VQA, of course, on the labels here. Great food. We are at Westcott Vineyards, and we'll be back to drink some more. I might be slurring my words a little bit, but if I keep eating, I think I'll be okay.
Keep eating. I'm going to taste that dip too, because I didn't get it before.
Go for it. All right, it's starting to rain just a little bit, but it's not changing our spirits. We're happy, we're drinking, we're eating, and we are in wine country. It's just so beautiful here. Magdalena from VQA, whereabouts are we again?
We are at Westcott Cellars, and we are just near the village of Jordan in the Niagara Peninsula. So really, for people in Hamilton or Toronto, it's not that far away. Wine country is really close.
You don't realize. And then when you get off the QEW and you start going left or right, there's all these beautiful vineyards. You can come and you can eat. We got Chef Ricky here at Westcott. He is such a good cook. And then we have all these great locally grown wines and made wines. So we're going to talk about red wine now. I know we're getting a few raindrops on our glasses, but that's okay. A little mix of nature. After you pour this, can you show everybody, what is the name of this wine?
Well, it's made from Gamay Noir, which is the grape variety, but it's called Night Moon.
I love it!
And it's made from Rosewood Winery, and they are in Beamsville, not that far from here, and they've been making this wine, and you have to really read the history of it. It's pretty fun how they harvested it, and I think they did the first one at nighttime, so it's been a bit of a following the night moves. So I
have that song
fun.
In my head now.
Yes.
I love it, I love it. Okay, so with red wine, beef is good?
Well, you know, we kind of get stuck into that tradition, but I think, you know, red wines, and again, Ontario makes so many different styles. You know, some of the sort of the signature varieties that we produce are all here. So we have Gamay Noir, which we're having, and then we have Carlos Estates, which is Pinot Noir. That's from Prince Edward County, about 4 hours from here. It's one of the other core regions in Ontario. And then we have Cabernet Franc, and we also have a Bac Noir. All varieties that do really well in Ontario, and they're all different stylistically. So this Gamay, for instance, is a little bit of a lighter red. I don't know what kind of reds you like.
I like
generally.
it. I drink a lot of Merlot.
Okay.
But I really do like this.
Yeah.
It's very good, and I do like a glass of red wine and a steak.
Yeah.
I don't know if
yes,
that's
absolutely
stereotypical, but I mean these burgers look divine
too.
They
do. No, they of course it goes with steak. So what we thought we would do is do kind of your classic beef burger, and then also this one's portobello mushrooms. So it's kind of looks like there's two pieces, like a double burger. And they are also known, Ricky and Olivia, for this homemade Big Mac sauce. So
is it ketchup and mayonnaise? No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to think like the viewers now. They're watching this, they're seeing these great wines, this great food. Where do they buy this wine? Where can you get this wine?
Well, all of the wineries in Ontario, and there are 185, and actually this travel guide, which we have on the table here, we issue this every year, and this is a great way to just really kind of discover what wineries, what they're doing, and there's 142 of the wineries in here, and all of the wineries sell at the cellar door, so you can contact them and find out what wines they might have from their websites. They'll deliver the wines to you. Of course, you can go to the LCBO or grocery stores as well.
So the grocery stores and LCBO sell these wines?
Well, I don't know about every single one of these, but some of them absolutely, yes.
And now, do you have a website? So if people can't get a copy of this, but they want to go to these vineyards, they want to have this experience, is there a website they could go to?
Yeah, so it's winecountryontario.ca.
Okay, got that, everybody?
Yes, winecountryontario.ca.
Okay.
And the website website also has, you can download this guide and flip through it. You can also email us if you'd like a copy. We'll happily mail you a copy.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's lots of ways, and we also, everything is mobile friendly, so you can look on your phone and navigate your way around wine country that way.
Okay, I want to take care of everybody. I want them to have this great experience. I want to have a bite of this burger before we send things off. I think Luke might get the other one, unless you want
No
it.
worries. I'm sure that they will give me a little taste of something before I leave.
Thank you so much. This has been a great experience. I absolutely love this. And once again, we are keeping it local in Ontario, wine country, right out your front door, folks. It doesn't get better than this. Are you ready, Luke? This is a big one.